Mm. Hi, fibers. Ah. I took a little nap. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, I have to be in communication with Sean. And I looked at my phone. And I told him that I woke up from a nap. And then I checked my other phone and the email. And I was like, I felt like so sick. Just like a world of sick from like looking at my phone for like not very long at all. I mean for like 15 seconds. I woke up with Mr. Roboto in my head. Like I don't remember thinking about anything before. I was just like in a really happy place, like thank you very much, Mr. Roboto, for helping me escape just when I needed to. Thank you. I want to thank you. Please, thank you. My new friend seems kind of scattered, but I'm used to not getting like the joke, you know? Or I miss like I don't understand what someone is saying because you know, I have a slightly different experience with life. So I'm not really too concerned about it. I think I recorded the whole thing. He was really respectful. I want to help him, but he has a hard time asking for help and accepting help. You know, like, I think he's probably like more in a place like where like it reminds me of like my brother, where it's like I don't know how much I can help him, but like I know that it can help somebody a lot just to like, you know, care about them and be there for them. That's weird. It was like now all I can think about is getting those Slurpee cups. I'm just like, oh man, we're all gonna have like the coolest Slurpee cups, and like it's weird because like okay, let's see, him and him and him and him. 4 of the people that I want to like buy these really awesome Slurpee cups for, they don't like me at all. They don't like think of me like how I think of them, and I think that's okay. And I think like it doesn't really bother me. Like I think that they'll really appreciate it, and it'll be really cool, and I don't know. Like those people used to be my friend. Like how do you just stop like being friends with people? Like like, I don't talk to them anymore, and I talk about them because they're part of my life. There's, like, so few people that have been part of my life that, like, I literally talk about absolutely every person I've had any kind of relationship with where, like, I wasn't just, like, you know, waiting for them to go away, you know? Like, they feel like my brothers. Like, I know that, I know that they don't care about me. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm, like, trying to, like, buy affection. Because, like, I don't care if they never talk to me again. Like, I mean, it hurts, but, I mean, I care. But, like, I'm not, like, I don't want to get them, like, a $2 Slurpee cup, you know, because I'm trying to, like, buy them, you know, like, I don't want anything from them, like, I don't want anything from anyone, like, I just want someone to let me give. I just want someone to give to. When I went outside to see what the flashing was, like, as soon as I stepped outside of my apartment, just in the breezeway, it was like, oh wow, it's really raining. And it was pouring down, rain just pouring down. You know, it wasn't like it was already in full swing. And I was there under the shelter of the entrance to my apartment, and the rain was just, like, coming down in, like, a sheet, and it was like a curtain or like a wall that I had to like go through. And I wanted to, like, it was maybe a little bit cold, but, like, I wanted to, and then I tried to, you know, I tried to think of a song. I tried to think of a song, like, so I could be singing in the rain, you know? And you know, I thought of Smooth Criminal, but I just, like, I just went from there to, like, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. And I just forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Like, I, like, screamed it. I screamed it really loud. And then, and I said, I ate meat and it wasn't even on a Sunday. I had gizzards and I had liver and I ate animals and it wasn't even on a Sunday. What am I doing? What am I doing, God? And I have sinned. And and I I just wanted to be out in it. I just wanted to be out in it. So I was like, you're getting clean, aren't you, sweetheart? Like, I need to be clean too. Um, like, I'd had quite a day before I found myself out there staring at a sheet of rain. And, and I just leapt out into it. And the day I'd had, and maybe just the life I've had, like the song in my heart, like I had Smooth Criminal in my heart, and I didn't want Smooth Criminal. I didn't want Smooth Criminal. So I just screamed, Fiona Apple, you fucking pig. You fucking pig, I don't want you. You fucking go away, you ugly fucking pig. Fucking fuck you, Fiona Apple, fuck you. And I didn't say it or like whisper it. Like I screamed it. I screamed it. And the storm is flashing all around, and the thunder is rolling, and I know, like, if you're listening to me, you're only catching like words, like snippets of what I'm saying, like and I just didn't want that song. I didn't want that song. And I was just so mad that I just didn't have like a happy song, or I don't know, like I was just so mad. You know, I like it felt so good to be in the rain, but I was just so angry, and I just was like, what did I sing next? Oh, and at your funeral I will sing the requiem. But I screamed it, so like not like happy and not sing-songy, just like somebody screaming in the rain at 3 in the morning. Just some crazy girl, like all in pink with her blue hair dripping down her pink outfit, and and I'd offer you my hand. It would hurt too much to watch you die. You know, and and I didn't want to just like I didn't want to just be like standing in the rain, and like I wasn't like dancing in the rain or anything. Like I was just like so flippin' mad. I was just so flippin' mad. Like like you know, like you just get like so angry about things, like the world the way it is, and how ugly it is and how broken it is, and like when is it ever going to be good again? Like I don't know. It's never been good in my lifetime, you know? Like it's never been good in anybody's lifetime. Like they're just like delusional. They're just like they're under a delusion, like lies told by something that's designed to television so that you don't ever have one, so that you don't think of a better way, you know? And like that just like really gets to me, and like I think someone like said something like at the tail end of the Requiem song, um, and I wheeled around and I spit cursive, art is hard, just like angry as could be, just angry as could be, you know, and it felt so good. It felt so good. And like stomping around in the rain, you know, like I wasn't even paying attention to where I was going. Like there was no thought. Like I was just like I just had to go. And so like I'd gone down that way, and like I wheeled around when when there was a sound like that I heard, and I spit cursive art is hard. And you know, I'm an artist. I've got to starve. If at first you don't succeed, recreate your misery, you know? Um, like we're all sipping from the same poison well. I haven't been well for quite some time. Like stop drinking my blood, everybody, you know? Um, and so
So I was all right, I'm in like my neighborhood, you know, and like it's a Saturday night. Like it's you know, like 2 or 3 a.m. on a Saturday night. Like maybe not even that. I don't know how long I was out there. But I I just I wasn't ready to like wind down. I was not ready to be quiet. So I just like walked. I just like walked forward, and I found myself like in front of GameStop, and I I just like kind of like circled around GameStop, like singing, like ranting, and like screaming at cars that went by, and there are not very many cars that went by, but like I'm like everything I'm saying, I'm just like singing songs. Like okay, like at you know at this point, like I'm standing on the hill, I'm standing on the hill belting Dead Kennedys, you know, like like um like so. So I think I delivered well paid scientist when the car went by, and I was I was like what are you doing? Like you're going too fast. Like you have all of my attention, like and I was just like if you could imagine that like your hand was the hand of God, and like what you were doing was like looking down like a lifeline, like I don't know, like threads of fate, you know, like there's not a lot of people out, you know, so like and I'm in the mindset of well-paid scientists. um Not that I'm a well-paid scientist, but like Dead Kennedys is coming in like crystal clear. I'm sharp as a tack then, and so I just I like saw that thing, and I looked down its line, and you know like you pick up like that thread, and you like kind of like look at that thread, and like even though like all you really did was look at it, like that which is observed is changed by the fact of its observation, and so like I was like you just like you just got my attention, and and I just like if it was a car like on a track, I just flicked it, and I spun it. I just spun that car, and and then I went about singing, and you know, like you shouldn't be speeding on that street, and you shouldn't be speeding in the rain. And it was like, oh, that's not cool. Like you have my full attention. Like we're undivided now, motherfucker. Like you broke the rule while I'm watching my street, you know, and I you know I'm not thinking about like what I'm doing at all. You know, I'm not thinking about what I'm doing at all. Like I'm just like being me, and like that this is what it's like to be me. You know, this is what it's like to be around me. Like just like imagine like you're hanging out with someone, and like what hanging out is like pouring down rain, drenched, soaked to the bone, stomping around like a public space that's completely empty of people, like in the wee hours of the morning, screaming angry lyrics, like just into the sky. I mean, I had some really great punctuation. I can't think of what it is, but like there was some things where I was like, oh, you like that? Like you like that? You know? Like I would like deliver a line, and and you know like that one word as if into my soul. I did that like that one word as if into that word I did my soul I did outpour. um the like that's how I operate. Like that poem resonates with me because that's how I've always operated. like like and one of the ways that you can like really claim power and like feel your own power and exercise, you know, like what that feels like to feel your own power, like not power that comes from anything else, you know, like like just from you, or anyway just from me. And just like there were words that I would land on that it would just be like like as hard and as loud and just at the big camera in the sky, like the big old, like smile for the camera, like find your light darling, that's the sun and the moon takes the pictures, right? So um like my voice is like not sounding great today, obviously. um but anyway, um I like I don't know why, but I just started like walking, like I like moved around a little bit. I was like, all right, like I'm like by the side of the road, like yelling at cars, like I did that, and I was like standing in the grass on a hill, and like I don't know, it was nice, but um the parking lot was really flooded, and there's like a lot of puddles to like jump in and just and then kick water, so it makes those like awesome like just planes, like those sheets, those wave sheets that just arc, you know, just cool, like when you hit them just right. And so I was doing that, and I came across like this big drain, and so I started screaming anima into this drain, and so I was screaming anima when a car like came creeping on me. Like it was like I was like, are you here for me? You know, like are you watching me? And I was like, all right, well I see you, and it's a damn nice car, like it's a damn nice car. And I'm like, well, all right, it's possible that that window's gonna roll down, and like that's my assassination right there. Like the assassination of Mindy Lee is happening right here, where no one ever gonna see. And I was like, so yep, like that could be happening. And I was like, okay, well I can be a little bit more of a moving target. So I just like danced around more, um, because dance is a really unpredictable like way to like be a moving target. Um, but like see, like I was like, well, that car or any car whatsoever could decide that they're going to kill me because they can. And like we're getting really close to the point of like life where like, is it the purge? um People are going crazy. And I was like, well, okay, you know, maybe they do have a gun. Maybe this is my last moment, you know. And but like I accepted that, you know, like I practiced like I practiced allowing. And I was like that's all right, you know. um Instead of become like really fearful, and like maybe what another person would have done is like stop dancing, or like just like walk away, or I don't know. I was just like, I was like, all right, well, yeah, like they could have a gun pointed at my head right now, and they could be like thinking of killing me, but um, I'm like I just took that as a cue to like dance around more, you know, like get a little more movement in there. Like don't just stand there screaming at the drain, you know, like like I'm not angry for the sake of angry. I'm not screaming in the rain for the sake of screaming in the rain. I'm screaming in the rain because I am so frustrated with the progress and lack thereof of the evolution of human consciousness. You know my agenda. You've been here, right? I've been very patient, and I am like wow, wow, this is a shit show. This is a shit show. And it's a shit show I'm sick of watching. So I'm not logging on very much these days. Um and uh and so like I okay, I was singing Anima, and the car went from like it's like driving through the parking lot slowly, like wondering, or just like watching, to like it's like approaching me. Like it's turned, and like okay, so probably that person like they're like, okay, there's a girl, like like there's a young little girl thing, like from a distance I can look like really really young, I know. And like honestly, like just like the fact of being like thin, and like there was no hiding how small my body was because I was soaking wet, just like completely soaked. I mean, like you could just like see like my skeleton, like the slightness of my frame. Like I was like maybe a young girl who needed help. Anyway, like I decided to approach this person in the car who's like slowing down the car, and I just I stopped singing and I was like, okay, here we go. This is cool. Like I summoned something. Cool. Like a summon worked. Awesome. And I go over and I'm like, "Hello, kind stranger. I thank you for your concern." "Oh yeah, I'm okay. You're out kind of late. And like there's like stuff in the car, like maybe like is he running away from something? I don't know. Like there was just a vibe that I was like, "Are you okay?" And you know like I know it sounds like weird, maybe, I don't know, like maybe does it sound weird? Maybe it's off-putting for people who are just like, ah, no religion. But like I'm really here on the earth in service to my people. And for whatever reason, like I just like read this situation as my people. And like um I think maybe like my conscience, if I saw somebody standing in the rain, like no matter what they are doing, like in a parking lot in 3 a.m., soaking wet in the rain, like I didn't have anything on me. I couldn't even find my keys, so like I left my apartment unlocked as I just was like out dancing in the rain. So I didn't have a thing on me. It was my clothes and my shoes. I put socks on, and I'm really thankful for that because that made puddle jumping a lot better. Um, or puddle stomping. But and like my hair is like I colored it blue, and I rinsed it out, but like if you're familiar with blue hair dye, like it doesn't like stay put like pink hair dye does. There's a molecular difference that causes pink dye to stain your hair, and blue hair dye doesn't. It more like sits superficially on top of your hair. So like my hair is also bleeding. Like I must have been a sight. And 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 like I was like, gee, mister, like your car is real nice. Like I don't know if you want me touching your car, but like it's nice to see a friendly face. And like I welcomed the company, like maybe all I needed was some company. But like I don't get that. Like what I get is like a good storm where I can scream at the sky and stomp around. And it's funny because like I don't know if you remember the last storm that I participated in was beautiful. The last storm I participated in, I was like I felt like my soul connection to Miyazaki. And like I felt like the gears shift, and something, I felt like something was coming from Miyazaki, but I also felt like he had opened a door for someone else, and 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 I and I felt like like that's we're not gonna have Miyazaki like forever, um like it's not like Disney. Like, first of all, Disney's not like Disney. Disney is like, oh gosh, guys, you don't know what Disney is, but um you know Disney really churns it out. Disney scours the land for folklore, and then they twist it and bend it to fit the propagandic agenda of the corporation of the United States, of which you are born into slavery. Um, like, ugh. Miyazaki is not that. Miyazaki is something so magical and so special. And I felt that, like, as like the leaves were shifting, you know, like, we're not gonna have that forever. But I think that it's gonna be like a really smooth transition. And I think that we're going to I think that we're going to appreciate everything that's coming. And I just, like, like, you can just, like, something's like coming on down, like, here it reminds me of Vampire Weekend, that I'm not excited, but should I be? Is this the fate that half of the world has planned for me? And like that driving, that's and that's such my Kansas City heart. That's such my Kansas City heart that beats with the tracks of the train. Um, I don't know where you live. I don't know where you live around here where you don't, like, at some point, like feel the train, and live with the tracks of the train, you know, like a beast, like barreling, like through your heart, like, I don't know where you live, but I haven't lived there yet, where you don't hear the train. And that train is a world of potential. Boy, anything could just, like, hop on that train. Anybody could come into town on a train. And that's, like, I think that's a really good way to, like, envision, like, the energetic ley lines, like the way the energy blows and flows, like the the blood rivers of the Native American tribes. Like, they followed a currency that wasn't set in stone. They didn't own anything. So, like, what does it mean to own? And I think that I'm, like, really doing a good job. I think I'm really doing a good job with, like, taking the music back. Like, it's weird. It's weird because what I've been doing, if you've been watching, like yesterday, like, all I wanted to do was just, like say, like, goodbye, or, like, say a new hello to, like, this person who I probably don't matter at all in their life. They've known so many people and had so much life, and a lot of it, like, really hard, and also just a lot of it really checked out, because that's what drugs do to you. And like, like maybe they won't remember me from childhood, but like, I don't care what I mean to him. I don't care at all. I want him to know what he means to me. Like, like, I wasn't living right for too long. And I was so afraid of being that intense, emotional girl that was, like, like, I was so afraid of being, like, letting people know how important they were to me, because, like, that reveals, like, a vulnerability in my being, you know, like, I know that's how it is, like, you're my best friend, but, like, I'm not yours, I know that, you're my best friend, I live for you, like, what do you want, sweetie? The shirt off my back, I don't know about that, but, like, I got a lot of jewelry on, like, like, I just want to see those bright eyes, and, you know, I think a lot of us, like, fall for that bright eyes thing, and I think a lot of us feel like it, like, comes from this, like, place of, like, maliciousness, and, like, I want everyone to understand, like, even within themselves, that, like, you don't have that, like, slick charm, you don't have those bright eyes, like, so that you can, like, work women, so that you can make sales, so that you can score drugs, so that, you know, so that you can just, like get by on those bright eyes, like like that's not something that you're turning on. That's not the act. Everything else that comes and takes the light out of those eyes is the act. Every moment that there's not stars in someone's eyes, something happened to them, that they adopted a new role, that they don't know how to stop playing. You know? I don't know if you understand that, but, like, trauma happens to you, and it bookmarks, like, it bookmarks your soul, and, and when trauma happens to you, like, a lot of times the way you deal with trauma is, like, you can't deal with trauma, and so you check out, you know, and maybe you check out with drugs, or maybe you check out because you just really are ego identified, and you're like, I'm a salesman, yeah, you know, like, making money, and you know, like, maybe you check out, anyway, like, you're checking out because you're trying to save your bright eyes. Like, whatever happened, that you're using drugs because you can't deal, because you can't face yourself in the mirror, like, that whatever substance you're using, whatever in life, you're making a distraction from doing your soul work, like whenever you put that down, like, you'll find the stars. You put the stars back in your eyes. But until you do, until you do put it down, like, all you have are bright eyes, you know? All you have are, like, moments where there's not too much pain, emotional pain, physical pain, that there's not memories that bother you, like, like Like, you have to be in the moment to have your bright eyes. And that's, like, I don't know about people who don't get, like, severely traumatized. I don't know about those people. Um, I'm speaking for my people. I'm speaking to my people. I don't know about people who, like, childhood, like, comes and goes naturally. I don't know about that. I'm talking about the people who, like, were you ever a child? Are you sure? Like, how young were you when you were, like, babysitting your parents, Like, there's things that come into your consciousness that it's like glass shattering, and it just, like, it's world wrecking, and that experience comes and it goes bang, bang, like lightning, and you splinter, and now, like there was a child, and and you think, oh, I'm not a child anymore. I'm not that child anymore. I seen something. I felt something. Something happened to me. Traumatic experience happened to me, and and you think, oh, you're not that child anymore. But you're still both of those halves. Like, you're still both of these things, even though these things are really far apart, or even though, like that child, like those bright eyes, like that, like, lives in the dark, in a dark hole, and, like, you're not even sure that it's there, but, like, when it comes down to, like, you really need help, and like when you when you want to believe that, well, I mean, it's a tool. It's a tool. Like, when you put it in a dark place, and, like, you can only take it out every once in a while, it's a tool. And just like any tool, you can use a tool for good, or you can use a tool for evil. And so a lot of people are walking around the earth, and they're turning on that charm. They're like, oh, what a bright boy you are. Like, oh, look at those bright eyes. Like, a lot of people are using that. They're using their bright eyes to, like, glamour you. They're like, just hold my eyes. Just let me hold your eyes in my eyes. And don't see that I'm sick. Don't see that I'm broken. Like just bend to my will, because that's the power of your inner child. Um, so, like, you know the power that this has. Like, if you've ever used it as a tool, if you've ever been like, if you ever, like, like straighten up, like like put on the show, like that's not a mask, like what you're wearing, where you're living a life and you're struggling and you hurt and you can't even look yourself in the mirror, like that's the mask. Like, whatever you put on because fear came and fear fractured you, that's the mask. Like, your bright eyes, those are you. That wasn't an illusion. That's the purest soul matter that there ever was your bright eyes, your child mind, your imagination. And so, like, while you're, a drug addict or whatever is going on with you, in your darkness, like your bright eyes they're kept in the darkness, and you don't have much access to them. Like, you can't, if you're in the darkness, you can't just be like going getting stuff, like pulling things through the shadows. Like, you can't come pulling light through the shadows like that, you know, like so it has like a limited like experience thing, and it's got to like recharge and everything. But the like you're aware of the power that you have when you're a child, by this thing that happens where your child, the child of you, was preserved so like perfectly, because a whole new personality, a whole new persona, um, and it feels like a new persona and it feels like a new personality. But I'm going to tell you what it is it is a new perspective. And perspectives are filters that filter our reality. Like, we learned something that is vital to survival, and now we cannot unlearn this thing. Um, and so, like, we get a screen, and then, like, as we go through life, as we go through, like, a hard life of struggling, we get a lot of, filters that we're looking through. And it's like, what do you even see anymore? Can you even trust your eyes anymore? Like, I know where I'm at. Like, I've not had to deal with the filter of racism, recognition of racial background. I've not had to deal with acknowledgement of age. I've not had to deal with many of these filters for very long. Like, as you know, I did not identify as a human. I do now. I own that, but that's not to say I'm not an alien. Like, I'm an alien demon hybrid with a human. Like like not very much human. I really had to grow that part myself, but I'm in the form of one. I have a human body that I'm stuffed into, and so it's like, don't let the clothes wear you, right? That's pretty simple. Don't let the clothes wear you. Like, you wear the clothes. And so I just don't have like a normal experience, I guess. Not like anybody else's experience. Like, having acquired filters that people have you most of the time had all their life because of their exposure to negative vibrations and pessimistic outlooks and like historical rhetoric. Um, so gosh, it's really hard. Like, um, I was severely abused by someone, and like the amount of people that look like this ugly little nondescript, like gross little nerd boy, like the amount of people that could almost, if you squint, is that him, is really scary. That's really scary. Like, look around the world and notice that actually people look a whole lot alike these days. Like, have you noticed that? It's there's just a type of person, like I don't know what that ethnic background is, but there's just people that look like that. Like heads are shaped that way, and noses are shaped that way, and eyes are set this way, and I think that something that really bothers me about the human face, of guys, is when they look like dogs. Um, like when their eyes look like dogs, you know. I don't know if that makes sense though. And I was just talking about like how like there's dogs that aren't dogs. Like a dog comes into a room and like I'm an alien demon human hybrid. I'm an alien and a demon and hardly even a human. Like like when I was little, like I was an alien and a demon. Like I don't know what happened to that little girl, but like she's she's coming out like now finally, like she feels safe enough. um or you know, I was a house, but like if I'm, you know, a vase cracked and half crazed, like too fragile a vessel to contain it. Like if I'm a house, I'm just splinters. And actually that's a really good analogy for um the nature of reality, actually. Because what feels so solid, like, there's actually space between all of the molecules that it it takes a form, but like molecularly, like it's just like a suspension of like magic sand. and and so like there's this house that's me, if I'm this house, and and trauma has like smashed that house, like just like it's splinters. Then like how solid are the walls of that house? Like even if someone slams the door on me, like even if it feels like there's something I can't get to because it's behind a door, how solid are the doors in a house that's just a globule suspension of splinters? If you understand the rules, you can bend them. And if you understand that you made the rules, you can break them. But I can only speak, seated firmly in the knowing that I am here upon this earth, in this timeline, in this dimension, reaching you wherever you are right now, um, as the singular being that contains knowledge that in as much as we are a unified consciousness that fractured itself to explore itself, um, a consciousness that can fracture itself and glamour itself and play a game such as this is a godlike entity. It is a deity. And all I can do is speak to you from my perspective of living my life, with the knowledge, the understanding, and the responsibility of being Jesus and Lucifer. Um, and higher still, that I am, like, a universe is contained within me, and a universe speaks from me and through me, and I can't look around with these eyes, and I can't perceive anything with these ears, and I can't think anything with this mind that isn't my design. So, as the creator of the psychedelic simulation, holographic, unified projection, seventh dimensional chess game, like, it's been difficult to navigate. I mean, even just having this conversation, I think you can see, like I want to say more than I know that I am God. I want to say more than I know that I am Lucifer. I want to say more than I know that I am Jesus. I want to tear down the boundary. I want to tear down the wall that religion built. Okay? And so I'm trying to figure out how I can say those things, how I can communicate that without using the vernacular that I'm used to using, because my vernacular is now completely riddled with stigma. You guys, love and light has been snatched up, you know? That's not okay. And I, like, unpopular opinion, I got unpopular opinions, fuck you, victims don't spit venom. Like, it's fucking bullshit that, that the homosexual agenda, like, took the rainbow. That's not cool. Like, you should be able to enjoy a rainbow, wear a rainbow, talk about rainbows without it being, like, a secret code, like, for your identity. Like, it shouldn't mean anything. Like the homosexual agenda has kidnapped the rainbow. Like, how do we go about taking these things back? Because this happened relatively recently. Like, I think it's like taking back nigger, like, just fucking, just, like, have someone, like someone you love, like, hear them say nigger, and know that, like, they don't mean it in a derogatory way. Like, I don't buy that just, like a word is racism. I don't buy that, like, a bottle of syrup is offensive. If you are offended by a bottle of syrup, get a fucking life. Get a fucking life, get a fucking clue. What is wrong with you? Why would you choose that? Why would you be like, that offends me? That's nuts. You are completely off of your nut if you are offended by the mere presence of a syrup bottle, okay? And, and to me, nigger and syrup bottle, same fucking thing. Like, if you're offended, like, by the word nigger, then, like, that word has power over you, that you are giving that word. Like, you're handing over your power. You're surrendering your self-control. You're surrendering your ability to regulate your emotions, your body temperature, if you are allowing a word to inflame you, you are surrendering your power to that word. Like, you ever like have like a tooth problem and like the nerve gets exposed and you don't have money, so like the nerve is exposed like for maybe 5 months and you can like barely eat and like everything, like it hurts, but like the longer that nerve is exposed and as you keep living, like that nerve gets less sensitive, doesn't it? like 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 eventually, like you didn't get dental help and like you broke that tooth, and for like a year every day of your life was like that fucking tooth pain. Like that's what I live with now, like that's my life. And then it just like goes because that nerve was exposed, and it got beaten back down. Nerves aren't supposed to be sticking out. We're not supposed to have like nerves sticking out our fucking like fingernails like for like 2 feet in the air. We're not supposed to like be like fucking like, I don't even, like porcupines, like 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 hackled cats. I mean, what is going on? I don't know what is going on with people, but like the sensitivity level is dangerous for you, to you. I'm telling you, like why are you allowing yourself to be an exposed nerve, right? So like how do you deal with an exposed nerve? Like you keep exposing it. Exposure therapy works. Like you have anxiety about something, bam, fucking deal with it. Fucking deal with it. You have anxiety about it, fucking deal with it. Fucking in your face all the fucking time as much as I fucking can. Like and that's not me doing that. That's reality doing that. Because wherever it is you're feeling the most resistance, that's the direction you need to be going in. That's where you need to focus. And there's no, I mean, this is so fucking retarded. This is so fucking retarded. Like, there's nothing that can be done to like make it up, you know? Like look at like okay, you have the story of like your grandma was beaten. Like the moment she became a slave, your grandma was beaten within an inch of her life, and and all that she ever knew was slavery, and she lived in constant fear. Like you know your grandma, you love your grandma, and like there's nothing that's gonna come along. There's no like prize that can be handed to you that's going to make that okay. like like that's always going to like hurt like hell, that someone you loved went through that. Nothing is going to change that. There's nothing you can get. There's no change that you can do. It's nothing that comes externally. Like, in order for you to stop feeling the pain of it, you have to move in to that pain. And you have to figure out how to heal that pain. And the only way to heal pain is forgiveness and love. And there is no easier way to practice forgiveness and love than to walk the earth knowing full well that everyone you meet who sees you and like has a conversation with you for a minute, for an hour, for a day, like for a week, for a couple of years if they're your friend, every single person that you encounter is a reflection of your soul. So all of this like, oh, that person is toxic, like that person is toxic because they're racist. Like no, racist people aren't toxic. Racist people, like, they grew up in a different era. Um, they 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 grew up in a different era, and like, they're not evil. They're not evil because they're racist. Like, evil is different than racist. You know, like racist is like, I see life through a filter, and I may not want to see life through that filter, but like I know things, like I've had 1,500 experiences with like people that look like that, and those 1,500 experiences, most of them were not good. Most of them I was not safe. Um, and and because your mind is not like a grand thing. Like your mind, like, all it really basically does is like separate like what is from what isn't. And like your first like job as a human being, survival. So so what is and what isn't allowing and enabling survival. Fear is supposed to guide us like out of dangerous situations. Acute fear, like like you know, like in the moment fear. Like, we are not supposed to be guided by an undercurrent of constant fear. I mean, it was like, there's a pandemic and that's really scary, but nope, now we're all just protesting in the street, and it's like like people get really offended when I'm like, yeah, you're not going to understand because you're a sheep, and like, I'm not speaking to a flock. Like, I'm like, I'm getting rid of the sheep. I'm not, like, I'm not trying to do that, you know? Like, um, I don't want sheep. I don't want a flock of sheep, you know? Like that's a weird thing. That was a weird thing. Like, when God spoke to me, like a booming voice, like of the sky, um, um, like when God spoke to me and said, like, oh, like, you will be a shepherd and you will tend to my sheep. I was like, no, I don't think so. And God was like, I am God. And I was like, yeah, I know you're saying that, but like, I am, and I am all that is, all that was, and all that ever will be. Um, I understand you're pretty high up in a hierarchy. I understand that, voice of God, but like, that's cute if you think that I'm impressed that, like, oh God, like the booming voice of God, like that's cute that you think I'm impressed by that. And God is like, God is like, what is going on? What is going on? And like, God's used to talking to someone, right? God's used to talking to someone. God was like, hey, Noah, build a fucking like enormous ark, do that, gather all of the animals, you know, like God is used to speaking, and people are like God says jump, and people go, how high, God? How high, God? How high? How high do you want me to jump, God? And and I didn't do that at all. I was like, I don't think so. Like, nope. Like, I'm not here in service to you. Uh, I've got my own agenda, and like, and like I think that God at this point, like whatever it is, like whoever it is, like whatever, entity or alien presence that's just been like doing this for so long, like playing man like this for so long, like I don't think that they ever expect to like come across someone who's just like I hear the voice of God and I don't care. you know but that was me. Like I hear the voice of God, I just don't care. uh, like you choose what you tune into, and it was like, yeah, all right, you're there. um, so I think that like what like my understanding of things is that like that would be like the Anunnaki would be. Is that right? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but would that be the Anunnaki who would be like we are God to human. Human thinks we are God. We speak to human, and it does as we say, and we help the human that way. And like I'm sure they think they're helping the human, but you know what? Like I'm not here to babysit sheep. Um, I don't. I mean, I don't really see any reason for sheep to exist. Like, why isn't that extinct? Like, why aren't sheep extinct? Um, well, you know why. We use sheep, don't we? We use sheep. So if God is like, you're my sheep, you know, my flock. I like tend to my flock. Um, why does God have sheep? Why is God like protecting a weak creature that is like has to be like herded and like like yeah like you like yeah you notice just like where like herd and hurt like man has to be heard. Man has to be heard, hurt, heard, like um in order to be safe. Like humankind is so stupid and self-destructive that like um extraterrestrial uh organizations are like, this poor thing here, like let's try to like keep it alive, shall we? Like somebody abandoned their petri dish, like what? So these are like what do we do with these lemmings? Like I don't know, I know what I do with lemmings. um and so there must be some reason, right? There must be some reason that all like it's not just the voice of God, Anunnaki, like a whole lot of beings just like beyond the veil of perception to you um are allowing us to be, um which means like a whole lot of layers of reality is using the human race for something, right? Like okay, there's benevolent ones, and there's benevolent beings, and they come and like they're wholly benevolent, and they just like we we await your evolution. Your evolution is like you're the final one to evolve, and once you join us here, like in reality, like once you wake up, sweetie, like it's a whole new ball game for everyone. Like the evolution of human consciousness um, is like there's so many people waiting on it, and there's so many people stalling it, and so the evolution of human consciousness, like that's what's in the middle, like war, like oh war, like this is war, that tug of war, like good and evil, light and dark, war, 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 oh you're black, I'm white, war, 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 divide and conquer, right? Like remember like there's like a little flag in the middle of that tug of war rope, like like in the middle of that, each side is trying to pull and guide the evolution of human consciousness. Now, here I'm gonna slant into something that's um, like, like hippies don't like this. They're like, no, free love. Like, free love never meant have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. That was the corruption of that stage in which we had the opportunity to experience a great leap forward in human evolution. Okay. So, and I'm sorry, I will get better lighting in here. I can't have like my phone like making light, like I have a headache, so. Um, this, try to like, you see, do you see this? This circle, that's a collar. That's your collar. And you see all these chains off of this collar? That's all the people you've had sex with. But that's all the people that you've had sex with that the person that you had sex with has had sex with. This is what mine looks like, but I don't know how many's going on over here because I was raped. And I've been really messed up since this mess here. But until that mess, this is how many leashes are on my collar. That's how many chains are on my collar. Now, do you see how it might be hard to be a sovereign entity? Do you see how it might be hard to know where to go and what to do and what your own motivations are if you are being pulled in different directions because you've had sex with people whose values, whose who like they don't line up with you, you know, like and then like I can't even imagine like my mom, like I couldn't even draw like all of the like you're allowing yourself, you're enabling yourself to be ripped apart in servitude. like like that collar that I drew, collar with chains, you know, like if there's a if the, like you've got like a Rottweiler here and you've got a Chihuahua here, like well you're going that way, right? Yeah. So all those people that you've had sex with, like that's a chain. You are bound to them. Like you, there's a reason. There's a reason that God communicated and made sure that it is down in writing. Like God said so many times to us. God told us so many times in no uncertain terms there was no way that it was ever going to fly. Like that mankind does not have this very basic understanding of its nature, and that humans should have intercourse with a single human. Like, this breeding, this breeding is out of control. And, yeah. This is funny over here. So this is people, my rapist, I don't know how many people he slept with. I remember he told me about, he was hanging out with a girl that he met online, like on a dating site, I guess. And like they had a really good night and they had sex, and the next morning she was like you're my boyfriend now, and he was like, no, I'm fucking not. Like you're a cum dumpster. And like she was like shattered and like burst into tears. Now that, my friends, is a wolf in sheep's clothing. And all men are dogs. Well, dogs are just broken wolves. Okay. So we have Megan, who I went to school with, and she was very sweet, and I liked her. In fact, I liked her enough that in my yearbook, which I just looked at, like I wrote, like she is such a sweetheart. Like I really like her. Like fucking like nobody has that treatment, you know. So like I really valued this girl, and I wanted to be friends with her. But like she had her own circle of friends, and I think it was like more like theater kids or something. I don't know. She had her own circle of friends, and wasn't very interested in mine. I think it was more like the drinking crowd also, and like I didn't hang out with the drinking crowd. Well, I didn't try to. Everybody that got put on probation like went from smoking pot to drinking, but and then he had sex with a girl who has my name, Mindy. He met a girl online while he was living with me. Because he was my roommate. This guy who raped me and abused me, this wolf in sheep's clothing by the name of Josh Jones, Josh Cockrow. He was my roommate, and I wanted him to be my friend, and I told him that like this feels like really powerful, and like I think that there might be more than friendship here, but I can't tell, and we can't even look at that until we can be friends. Now, if we can't learn to communicate and get along and cohabitate together platonically as friends, we can never be anything more. So, like, until we have friendship on lock, like, there's never going to be anything more. But I told him in no uncertain terms, like, I'm not available. Like, if I'm in a relationship with you, and Sean heals, I will drop you like a hot potato. Like, and he didn't like that. He didn't like that at all. He was like, well, how can you say you want to be with me? Like, I didn't say I wanted to be with you. I said I think that, like, the potential exists where you can grow the fuck up, man the fuck up, take responsibility, kick your addictions, eat better, lose weight, exercise, like, be a better father, and like, be a better person who I would then admire, but, like, you're a pile of fucking garbage right now. Like, I mean, there was no way around it. He was a pile of fucking garbage. He was a pile of fucking garbage. And it's like, I see potential. That's all I said. I see potential. And I see potential in everyone. So, like, it becomes, like, really difficult for me to discern, like, what is, you know, just a garbage sheep, or a pig, you know, and what is a wolf in sheep's clothing. But, like, yeah. so we were living together as roommates platonically, and it was going like pretty well, except that he was gaslighting me, emotionally abusing me, verbally abusing me, um, stealing my things, breaking my things. Anyway, uh, he met a girl online that he like hit it off with, and she had like, you know, some kind of screen name, some kind of username, and then he like decides to meet her in person, and she's like, "Oh, my name is Mindy," and like, so this guy is in my life. He's using me so that he doesn't have to pay the full rent of the apartment. He's not allowing me to live in the apartment though. Like if I go into the kitchen, he's mad that I'm in the kitchen. If I go into the living room, he's mad that I'm in the living room. Like like he just like herded me into my bedroom by barking and bitching and like pissing, like the territorial pissing of this puerile animal that is Josh Jones. Um, so that girl Megan, that was his wife. He knocked her up. They were doing drugs and completely unconscious, and um, he didn't like her anymore, and he didn't want to be fucking her, but he didn't want to have nothing to fuck, so he just continued to use her and lead her on. And then he knocked her up, and he was like, "Ooh, I don't want to be Josh Cockroach Cockrell anymore. I can take her name if I marry her, and then I'll sound like a comic book guy, Josh Jones. Yeah, I'm gonna do that." Like this is the narcissism, this is the depravity of this individual who was in my life. So that sweet girl Megan, who I was friends with, who I wanted to be friends with, but like my life was just too much of a mess to have friendships really in high school. I was trying to survive, and like Megan, that sweet girl, she got taken advantage of by a wolf, and she got knocked up, and she married him, and she learned really quickly like what he was, and I think that like it was apparent that he was a pile of garbage, and he said that like Megan didn't do anything, and I was like, yeah, Megan like had a child with you. Like Megan was probably suffering from like the deepest depression post giving birth that like she's ever known. Like you ruined Megan's life. Her entire life, and her body, and her soul. You defiled her. So yeah, she maybe wasn't super healthy after having your spawn. And you know, he had bad things to say about her, and like all I knew about her was that she was sweet, and like in high school I wanted to be her friend so I could like look out for her and protect her, because it just, I don't know, something about her was like I don't know. Some people just shine to me, you know? Some people just like they're just shiny. Um like like Casey was shiny, and Brian Horak was shiny. Megan Jones was shiny to me for whatever reason. So I watched her, people watched her, and um, then I think I met Donnie, and he was like, "Oh, I know her." And like, so she, like, my first boyfriend was friends with Megan, and so um, you know, I don't know how many people Megan has slept with, but um, I don't know how many people Mindy has slept with. And then, I mean, okay, so Josh Jones is living with me, and he's abusing me. He's using me, he's abusing me. He's trying to make me, like, go insane, think that I'm crazy. Um, like, it's just, like, this really impressive, predatory thing, that happened to me. And so I guess he feels like he's like being like led on or something. Like I was like I believe that there's a friendship here. Like I believe that there could be a friendship here. Like you and I, like we enjoyed like doing life together. Like we'd go out with his daughters, like 11-year-old daughter, and people would perceive us as a happy family, or at least that she was mine or she was my sister. Um, like like the happy family that was perceived was like admittedly sometimes that like this guy Josh Jones, who is my age, was my father, and that Lily, the 11-year-old girl, was my sister. um that happened just as often as people were like, "Oh, you had her young, huh?" And I was like, "Oh no, that's sweet of you. I wish she was mine. She feels like mine. She does, but she's not mine." And they're like, "Really? Well, she looks just like you." And I was like, "I know, isn't that interesting?" But like I was there enduring abuse from a man because like I wanted to protect a child, and you know, like I didn't protect myself because protecting this child was like so important to me, and having this child in my life, you know, like, and not unselfishly, like I have a childlike mind. I want a child to play with. Like I want to engage that. I need to engage that. Like that's my imagination, you know? Um and I never got to play with anybody. Nobody would ever play with me, you know. I don't even know how to play with other people. Like I know how to like weave stories and, you know, create reality, but um I also like never escaped the awareness that like I'm the puppet master of everything and everyone, you know. So it would be really nice to like play with like a little girl and play dolls, or you know, play ponies, and like, well, whatever, like like let our imagination like create something, you know. Like we're separate, like, anyway. um the third chain here of my rapist that I know of is a girl named Danica. And so so Megan, girl I wanted to be friends with in high school, I think she wanted to be my first boyfriend's girlfriend. And Mindy, who's just a girl that he met on the internet when he's like trying to like break me. He's trying to like break a Mindy and like escape a Mindy, and and reality was just like, "Oh, guess what, motherfucker? This girl you wanted to just like hook up with and fuck, her name is Mindy." And he was like, and that didn't deter him. And like this girl named Mindy sitting on my sofa, that like, "Hi Mindy, I'm Mindy. You don't think that's a little fucking weird, huh?" And I think Mindy was like, and I was like, "You guys can sit on my grandmother's sofa, but like you are not to make out on this sofa. Like you are not to do anything sexual on this sofa. And you are on what date? You shouldn't be doing anything sexual anyway. If you have sex with someone that you haven't known for 3 to 6 months, you're just a slut. And I don't want your slut ass on my grandmother's sofa." So, you know, like, I did not introduce myself maybe that well. And then I went about making my dinner, which requires me to, like, talk myself through the steps of making my dinner. And, you know, like, okay, like, you gotta make sure that you don't burn yourself, and, like, okay, like somebody's making dinner, but like it's not really like me. Like that's like somebody's helping me make dinner, but like not really me. Like me can't really make dinner. I don't know why, but like me can't really be in the kitchen. Like you can't trust me in the kitchen. Like maybe cause me is gonna burn the place down, and maybe cause me is gonna cut her wrists and kill herself, you know? Like maybe cause that's why. Like somebody's gotta control my hands when I'm in the kitchen. So somebody's gotta help me through it when I'm in the kitchen. So I gotta talk myself through it in the kitchen, and and I gotta talk myself through everything. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm doing, you know. So I was just going about making my dinner, and and I didn't know how loud I was talking, but you know, I didn't really think that it was inappropriate volume. I certainly wasn't trying to be disruptive, you know. Um, but like the kitchen is right by the living room, like right by the sofa, and Mindy goes like, "Is she okay?" And he probably just was like, she's just crazy. She just does that. Like there's a thing where like a guy who's abusing a woman, like he gets away with it for the rest of the world. Like the rest of the world watches it go on. The rest of the world watches like a woman lose her fucking mind, and they don't understand why that's happening. An abused woman, they don't understand why that's happening. Um, but if you you know ask the man like like gosh, is she okay? You know, like Mindy sounded genuinely concerned about me, honestly. Like, is she okay? And um and no, I'm not okay, Mindy. I am like a child in a big human body, and like also like aware that I am like the god of everything, and like no, I am not okay, Mindy. Thank you for your concern. Like like I mean, I was not in service to her. I should have told her to run screaming, but like I have to live with that guy. If I chase off like his like fucking cum dumpster, then like I'm going to pay for it, you know? Um so so here's just like this girl, just this casual observer, you know. My roommate and I are not in a relationship. Like we're not boyfriend girlfriend. He's just my roommate. We barely speak to one another. He doesn't even do much for me because he thinks I'm faking all the time. Um, so like this is just my roommate, and roommate hooked up with a girl online, same name as the roommate that he lives with, and and she's like, is she okay? And he's like, yeah, she's just like that. She's just crazy. Like a lot of men are just going, oh yeah, you know, crazy women. You know how crazy bitches are. Crazy bitches. Like, hmm, hmm. Cause like I'm not saying that I'm not like, you know, crazy or like weird or whatever, but that's not what was wrong with me. Like that girl picked up on a vibe. That girl picked up on a vibe, and she was not comfortable there. That girl picked up on a vibe, and what she was informed was that that vibe that she was picking up on, that was crazy person. She was in the vicinity of crazy person. But what was the reality? That girl was in the vicinity of an abused, disabled, debilitatingly disabled, verbally, physically, sexually, emotionally abused, disabled person trapped with a violent predator, with a dangerous man. She was like, ooh, what is this cringe vibe? And he goes, oh, you know, crazy girls. And she was like, oh. But like, Mindy, that's not the vibe you were picking up on. Like you walked into like a trap. Your name is Mindy and my name is Mindy, and you walked into the trap that I live in. Like, you detected danger. That danger wasn't coming from me. You were sitting next to the danger. And I know it looks all like, like, I just like to collect comic books and, you know, comic books and I read Reddit. I read Reddit a lot and yeah, like I mumble and I don't really make eye contact and like I'm really sheepish and everything. Like I'm sheepish. Like I'm sheepish. Like, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's sheepish. Yeah. He's sheepish right up until you have something that he wants and he's not getting his way. He's sheepish right up until he's a wolf at your fucking throat. That's a lot of men, Mindy. That's a lot of men, Mindy. You didn't know him very well. And, like, honestly, Mindy, the other thing that was, like, the reason that I was keeping this guy around is, like, well, it's really looking like, I tried really hard. Um, I was like I was a lovely little sociopath as a child, and like I haven't killed any humans, and and I was like, this guy, this roommate of mine, who's abusing me and like thinks that I don't know that I'm being gaslighted, and like this guy, like, he's a fucking lunatic, and I know that, like, if I like lead him with like just the promise of a sexual reward, that's just a dog on a leash for me. And so I was like, I was entertaining the notion, you gotta explore your options. Like, all right, well, this could just be time for me to, like, blow and and start killing people. Like, yeah, like he's definitely capable of killing people. Like, he says he hasn't. He's got like several books about how to poison people. That's like a weird thing to have in your personal library, right? But you don't want to check those books out from the library, now do you? Not if you intend to poison someone, right? Um, and he did poison my cat, and she died. Um, but the just like the possibility existed, like always. Like, I'm capable of that. I'm capable of just like being a serial killer, just like inviting someone into my house and murdering them in cold blood. I like blood. I like knives. Um, like, like Mindy made a mistake, and like there very much existed the possibility that like he and I were actually operating together, and he was like this sheepish little like oh yeah, I'm such a loser drug addict, but like I look like such a sweet little comic book nerd, like I look like a sweet little Christian boy, and I'm so poor pitiful. I'm so poor pitiful, like I'm harmless. Like I'm harmless. I could have been like sending my little harmless mutt out and like, bring me something home. Bring me something home. Go get me something. I'm gonna kill something tonight. And it's real easy. It's real easy to do that, because like dating things, like dating. I mean, like, how are there not more serial killers? Like, I've never dated. I've never dated. I've never gone into an area and been like, I'm hunting for someone to have sex with. Like, I'm hunting for like, I'm not, if I'm in a crowd and I'm hunting, I'm wondering who I might kill, who I might need to kill, who might try to kill me. Like, what are the threats? Like, if I'm like in a crowd of people, I'm like sex is the furthest thing from my mind. Like blood is like right behind my eyes. Blood is like, the taste of blood is in my mouth. Like like you don't understand, like you don't understand um how people are. And I'm telling you how I am, because I'm not the only person, okay? I'm an evil person who's like letting you know, right? Like, I'm not a serial killer, and I wasn't working with this guy, but I totally could have been working with this guy, and 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 it could have just been like, yeah, just, I'm just your roommate, just bring a girl home, and what we're gonna do is I'm going to, just come up behind her and kill her, slit her throat, and you know, we could do a whole bunch of things. Obviously, like, we want there to be profit, so we're gonna like pilfer everything that we want from her body, and make money off of what we can. You know, Hopefully she has some cash on her, but probably not. Probably this is just, you know, for the kill of it. and and we're just cleansing the earth of people who are stupid enough to bathe with a toaster. Like, I just want you to be aware of the fact that when you're in the room with me, you are in the room with a predator. May not seem like it. And I know there's a lot of times where it's like, that's harmless. That's harmless. But I tell you, tick, 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 boom. I'm real cute. But, like, I can get real ugly real fast. And, I just don't have, like, a fight. I don't have a fighting catalog to draw from. I just don't. I do not know how to, like, fight. I never learned that. I just go through life thinking of, like, all of the ways that I can kill the people who are vexing me, and, you know, by the time I'm halfway through elementary school, it's like, wow, people are really fragile. Like, I could have killed so many people. And, like gotten away with it no problem. Like, people are really vulnerable and really fragile, and, like, they go about their lives like they are not vulnerable and fragile. That's a trick. Ain't that a trick? So, yeah. Mindy should not have come over to the house of a man that she didn't know. And Josh definitely used the female roommate as, like, a thing where, like, well, you have a roommate who's a girl. Yeah, I have a he has a roommate who is an abused captive of his. And, like, just because there's a girl there, you know, like girls and guys work together, you know, right? You're familiar with the Joker and Harley Quinn? Well, that motherfucker Josh Jones is fucking way too ugly to be the Joker. He's the Penguin all day long. He's Penguin all day long, just like through and through. But you know, Harley might have had some fun with a penguin on a leash. Wet penguin, wet penguin. Uh, so the moral of the story is that, like, where you're perceiving safety is in prejudice, is in filters, just like where you're perceiving racism is in filters of self-preservation. Where you're perceiving safety is also in prejudiced filters that are decided for you and thrust upon you, such like the same way racism and ageism and sexism is. The things that you associate with safety are just as fragile bullshit as the things that you associate with danger automatically. So think about that. Like, alright, like, you grew up in a bad area and, like, black kids bullied you, like, your whole fucking, like, childhood. Like, if you're the odd color anywhere, like, you're the odd one out. You stick out like a sore thumb, like, you don't belong here, like, one of these things is not like the other, like, we need to raise our children better, you know, that they don't try to, like, kill the different colored sheep in the herd. That's a little strange, right? But like maybe you grew up in a black neighborhood and like you've been beat up by black kids like so many times, like it don't even matter. And like like there's a reason that you have that filter, you know? And like just the same, like maybe you've gone over to guys' houses, you know, maybe you've gone to into strange apartments and met people off of the internet that you would otherwise never have encountered. Um, like maybe you've gone into a lot of places and you got out of those situations safely. And so you have a perception of of that behavior being safe because it was routinely safe. Um, so it's like just time for you to stop like looking around and being like, oh yeah, it looks like this place has money. This place looks clean. Meth addicts are real clean too, by the way. Um, like this looks okay, and like, oh, you know, I like that too. Like we need to stop going like, oh, I like that too, let's have sex. Fucking retarded. You know how fucking retarded that is? That's so fucking retarded. Dude, I don't want to fucking know anybody. I don't want to know fucking anybody who like the relationship began because like we like the same cartoon show. Like fuck that shit. That's fucking retarded. That's fucking retarded. You're comforted by something. Like, do you know like how easy that, like, you know how, look, what a child you are. What a child you are if you're just like, oh yeah, I like that too, let's be friends. Like, oh yeah, I like that too, like you can have sex with me, okay, you know, like you see something and like wherever you see yourself reflected in that person, in that person's home, like this false security is created, right? This false security is created. And so if I wanted to like lure someone into my home, like, what's your candy, baby? Like, you like video games? I got you some video games. Come on over, play some video games, you know? And that's the last anybody ever fucking heard of you. Because guess what? I decided to pop off and just be a fucking serial killer. And if you were some fucking idiot man on the internet looking to hook up and get laid, and you saw me and you were like, "Oh yeah, I want that one. I want that one that looks and acts like a little girl. I want that one that looks and acts like a little child. I want that vulnerable, young. I want that young. If you are a man doing that, I'm going to put you down." So, you know, I have a life. I have a life. I haven't killed anybody, you know? And I don't want that blood on my soul. You know, that's not for me to do. That's not for me to do. But I'm just suggesting that that might be something that's happening, like right now, or now, or now, or now. Hmm. Hmm. So maybe stop trying to meet people online. Maybe be a little safer about that. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. Like, the behavior of getting to know someone online, of starting a relationship online, a friendship, a relationship, a sexual, whatever, a relationship, beginning a relationship online, and I tell you, as a person who stalks their prey, like, it's stalking. And you're prey, sweetie. There's predators, sweetie. Like, somebody's shopping for something specific, that's fucking weird. Like, why does he want you to look like that? Why does he lose his fucking shit if you chop off all your hair? Huh? Huh? Why does your hair length bother him? My boyfriend, for 7 years, my boyfriend hated seeing women in baseball caps. That triggered him. You know who has a type? You know what kind of person, like, only wants to be around, like, people that look familiar? Like, if you don't look like this, I don't want to be around you. Um, and they shopped their life so that they have, like, the same people, the same type of person in their life. Like, they only date blondes? Really? Only blondes. Why only blondes? Who was blonde? Like, your sexual appetite, your sexual inclinations, like, all of that that's driving you, like, is driving you to be a predator. And so we're living in a world of predators, sexual predators. And we are living in a world where we are already prey. We're already prey. Like, like, and like the bitch of it is that I am both a potential predator and potential prey. I realize it. I realize it. And I inform people of it. Now, I went out last night and I didn't have my collar on. Should have had my collar on. But, there's, there's people who I had sex with who I wanted to be with for the rest of my life. I wanted to know them for the rest of my life. They were my best friends. They were great people. They were ethical, moral, upstanding character. Like I chose the people that I had sex with so carefully. So what do I have? I have my virgin boyfriend who I lost my virginity to. He would not even masturbate or use pornography. My friends with benefits, who is just like a guy version of me, just like salesman, just like enigmatic and imaginative and like and childlike and wonderful, and like like friends with benefits was like, that was amazing. That was amazing. That was such a safe relationship compared to my first relationship of having sex. I have never known consent like I have known with my friends with benefits relationship, you guys. That was like way before consent culture happened. Like, he was all about consent. And we, like, friends with benefits, like, we approached it like with contractual things, like the way that you should approach any relationship, I believe, is how that relationship, as like, this is my friend, and sometimes when we hang out, we like satisfy our animal urges by satisfying one another, and it's the most satisfying thing that you could ever like imagine. And then I had sex with, okay, and he's only had sex, okay, so the first guy only had sex with me, and then the second guy had only had sex with, like, his high school sweetheart, and the third guy had only had sex with his high school sweetheart. And these aren't necessarily in order. And then the married guy had only had sex with his wife only after he married a good Christian girl. And the married guy had sex with me while he was married. That was not ideal. But that was also weird. Like he married a girl without like having sex with her, you know? He married a girl without like knowing her really that well, I think. But the bottom line was that like she wasn't happy like in the relationship. Like she was already like checked out of it, and I don't know. They like she didn't feel for him what I felt for him. just obviously. Like, she didn't adore him, she didn't delight in him, like, maybe she'd grown tired of him. Like, he was like a ball of energy. He was a ball of energy and moody and, I mean, I had sex with him because I was like, this is a best friend. Like, I absolutely plan on, like, knowing, like, how he's doing at every point in his life and never losing touch with him. And, like, yeah, I don't. At least it's the only time that I was a mistress where I had sex. Like, I've been a mistress before, but that's the only time I had had sex with the very Christian guy who he lost his virginity to his wife. And the other thing is that with that guy, I had met him when I was in high school. Like, in, like, the most, like, you never forget this. You hope that it's a dream that you had. And then you find out it's not a dream that you had because you are working with the guy that you had the thing with. And it's like, oh, God. I was really hoping that, like, I imagined that, or, like, ugh! So, there was this, like, function. Like, around my town, there's, like, events where, like, a park is opened up for like, the spinach festival. Like, yes, there's a spinach festival. And, it was something like that, where, like, the park is opened up, and everybody comes in the park, and there's barbecue, and food, and music, and beer, and my mom made me go to this thing, and she was like, you, like, trying to make some friends, like, you need to get out and, like, try to make some friends. And she we got there, and she was like, look, there's some people, like there's some kids your age. And I was like, all right, yeah. And she, like, to her credit, she picked out like a group of, like, goth freak, like my people. She did. She was like, look, just go make friends with them. And I was like, okay. Like, so I didn't go make friends with them. What I did was stalk the group of people and spy on them and ninja after them. I'm a ninja. Um, and like, just, like, watch their every move and listen to their conversations and, like, come to understand what kind of group it was. And that it was like a decent group, actually. Like they weren't they didn't seem to be talking about, like, just getting fucked up. They weren't like, they really seemed to be like pretty decent people, just, like, hanging out. And like, they seemed to be, they had, like, that religious, like, clean. They had that religious clean, like, on them. I don't know how to describe that, but, like, they had that religious clean about them, despite, like, what they were wearing, and that they looked kind of like the misfit kids. Like, there was something, they were composed. I don't know. Anyway, I stalked these kids, and then my mom, at some point, is like, what are you doing? Like, my mom is like, like, my mom is always just like, God damn it, can you stop being a sociopath? Like, can you please just stop being a sociopath? Like, do you have to be a little budding serial killer? Can you just stop being a serial killer? Like, I just don't want a serial killer daughter. Like, can you just, like, stop being a serial killer, Like, I know that's what my mom, like, that's what she's, like, screaming, like, that's what's going on. Like, she's just like, I'm raising a sociopath. I'm raising a serial killer. Like, she knew that. But all that my mom is getting is just like, no, my daughter is wrong. My daughter is wrong. Like, my daughter is wrong. Like, my daughter is wrong, Like, she's just like, my daughter, no. Like, my daughter's not doing things right. Like, my daughter's not right, So, like, yeah. So, like, my mom didn't really help to curb my sociopathic, serial killing tendencies. Because she made me so angry that I would just like, ugh, you know? Um, I just needed release. I'd never had sex, so. Anyway. So my mom is like she, like, pulls me over. It's like a lighted area, I think. Like, maybe, like, it's a concession area or something. So, like, this is the first time I'm really, like, seeing these people, like, in the light. And I'm like, oh, God, that one that I was kind of liking is, like, fucking, like, dude. Like, oh no, I couldn't see like how attractive like I found him. Like his physical form was like really attractive to me, and like, oh god. And so um she's like my daughter thinks you're cute. Like my mom is a drunk bobblehead. My mom is a drunk bobblehead. So she's just like, "Come on, Mindy. You've just been stalking them all night. Well, okay. Like that's a lot of hours for you to just be like lurking in the shadows, but like into the light you go. My daughter thinks you're cute." And like I don't know what she expected to happen from that, and I don't even know what I did. I maybe I was like hi, I maybe just like rolled my eyes or like looked mortified or was like, "Oh my god." Like I could have like ran. I don't remember what happened. She like it was like here's what it was like. It was like she threw me on stage and the lights were so blinding that I left my body for a moment. I have no idea what happened after that. And this is why I'm like, was that a dream? Because I don't know how that concluded. Like I don't remember. Like there was some kind of awkwardness, I'm sure, but like I was so freaked out. I was like whoop, and like looking at like everything, from like higher up, like from outside, and like the 360, and it's like, oh my god, this is so terrible. And I don't even know what I looked like. I don't even know if I looked like cool to them. Like I might have been like head to toe Old Navy. Like my mom dressed me, so I don't even know if I looked cool at that time. But I know one thing is that I look so much younger than the people who are my peers. People my age, like I look so much younger than them that like it was probably like awkward for that reason too. It's like, so this little girl's mom just like threw her over to like some teenagers. Like what's going on? But like I don't remember what I looked like. I don't remember what I was wearing. Do you remember what I was wearing, Rich? I don't remember what I was wearing. I don't think it was, like my 3-ring collar and my, you know, did I have my System of a Down shirt then? I might have. Like I don't think it was my 3-ring collar, my System of a Down shirt, and like trip pants. Like it could have been, but like that's a lot of jingle jangle to like lurk in the shadows. So I don't know. Probably just like my black pants that are like the slightly flares, and like maybe like my ER shirt. So like it's a black shirt that just says ER on it in like blue green, like a blue green gradient, and the yeah, like the options that I might have been wearing, like I don't know. And like I'm sure my hair was just pulled back in a ponytail or a bun or something, so like at least my hair wasn't down. But yeah, just it was just like, oh, like I don't want that to be part of my reality, like that like I had lived, like 6 years since then, or I don't know how long, 5 years. I don't know how long. I had gone years of my life never thinking of that again, and then here I am working with this guy, and like we're getting along, and I'm like, yes, this is great, like a good worker, good employee. We're gonna have a great work relationship. And he was like, this is gonna be kind of weird. Like what I'm gonna say is gonna sound like kind of weird, but I don't know. Like this thing happened when I was at this like festival when I was a teenager hanging out with my friends, and I was like, oh no, oh no, you're him. Oh my god, you're the hot guy that I stalked all night, and you decided to apply at my GameStop, and now you're my employee. Oh no. So like, yeah, the guy was married. Yeah, good Christian guy, virgin until he was wed. But like I met that guy, and that guy was like the yummiest. Like maybe if there had been like a less like thrown into the fucking spotlight way that could have like happened. Like if my mom could have been like could have coached me, you know, been like, well, why don't you go over there and like say this, you know, like the thing about my mom is like I don't like she's easy. She's an easy girl. Like she's down to fuck. She wants to get drunk. She wants to party. Like that's my mom. And so like when she comes in like yeah, you know. And I'm like I like to draw and read. I like to watch television. I'm analyzing Friends to study human behavior and mimic appropriate emotions. Like, you know, like, I'm just not that girl. I'm not that girl. And, like, at my best, most sociable at this point in which I met this guy that, like, is he the person that I should have been with? I don't know. Like, any one of these fucking guys, like, that's the thing. That's the thing about, like, how many. Everybody around my neck, until I was raped by that abusive roommate, everybody around my neck, like, I could have absolutely married them. The first guy that I lost my virginity to, like, we were engaged. We were supposed to get married. That was supposed to be okay. And then, like, his alcohol and his marijuana addiction, and yes, you can have a marijuana addiction, like, got the better of him, and, like, it went really, really south. And he was so jealous. He was so jealous, and he had such an inferiority, like a Napoleon complex type of thing going on. Like, he's short, he's stocky, he's going bald at 18, you know, like I'm like an Amazon goddess is like how he saw me. I'm not saying that, he's saying that. And like he's not worthy of me, and I'm like I don't know. I don't know why people don't understand this, but like I don't know what you look like to you, and I don't know what you look like to other people. Like I only see you as I see you. And I don't see you first as your physical appearance. Like you're resonating with my soul, or I'm not interested in speaking with you. Like that's how I operate. Like I'm like you know. But yeah, every one of the guys that I chose to have sex with, um, in some other dimension, like like they were. That was it. That was them. That was them. Like there's a beautiful reality. Like there's a dimension happening where that guy that like he was the hot guy in the park, and like in an alternate reality that played out differently because because I made a decision differently. Okay? So here's how there's a different dimension, because I had the opportunity so many times, like the entire relationship, to just be like, Rich, leave Christina and be with me. Like, leave Christina, divorce Christina, and marry me. Like, choose me. Leave your wife and choose me. I never gave him that ultimatum. I never gave him that choice. Something felt wrong about that. I'm not sure what that is, but something felt wrong about that. And yeah, in another dimension, we're happily wed, and like we didn't have children because I'm not having children. But in this dimension, he's God. Is he on like his fourth child now? Anyway, um, so all the people that I've had sex with, like they look really different from one another, like super different from one another. Like none, there's no, there's like like you like there's like there's an interest, there's a common interest in video games, but it's like not even like the same type of video games. Like every one of them plays a different video game. Like you know, Rich is like RPGs, JRPGs, you know, like tactics and you know, my first boyfriend was like Grand Theft Auto, you know, and um so like having a type, like that's a predatory behavior that no one recognizes, that like their own they no one owns that they are a predator, and so they become blind to the presence of predators. And then people are having so much sex that they're just like like did you have sex with a drug addict? Then like that monkey's on your back too. Like they may be addicted to drugs, but like what does your body have that it can like analog like sex, food? What's your problem? You know? Like like I'm very proud to say that aside from like my current from aside from my Sean, aside from the guy who's been in my life for 15 years, um, the rest of my clan, the rest of my party, the rest of my RPG party is doing really well. They're doing really well, and this guy that I talked about today, that like that fateful meeting is so it was Sarco. I think it was Sarco Park. Um, I'm pretty sure it was Sarco. Um, I know it could have been anywhere. It could have been anywhere. It could have been anywhere. But he's had a struggle. He's had a struggle really similar to my struggle, and that hurts my heart so much. Like like if I had gone like if I had had any idea that I would be like here, like where um the guy I love, that I want to be with, who has been in my life for 15 years, who was my husband for like 7 years, and then like there was an 8th year of like trying to like save the marriage sort of, but like I've already told you about that. Like he like actually has trauma, and there's a personality that contains memories that he doesn't have access to. Um so um you know, if hindsight's 2020, so I'm using 2020 to like look back and like universe, did I choose wrong? Like my grandma said, not Sean, but my grandma has a filter of prejudice, and my grandma thought only one thing about Mexicans. I don't like my grandma must not have known like very many Mexicans, or I don't know, but this is not untrue of Mexicans. Um, it is true of a lot of Mexicans. There's a reason. There's a reason that people say they are lazy. A lot of Mexicans are lazy. I've met more lazy Mexicans than I have met hardworking Mexicans. Okay, so, um, but my grandma, like she was just like, oh, no good. Mexicans are no good. For whatever reason, my grandma was just like I couldn't I couldn't listen to any wisdom that may have like been deciding, contributing to her decision to tell me in no uncertain terms that that boy that I brought over is a bad seed. Like 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 she didn't have any reason for it other than the color of his skin. And like Sean may be like half Mexican, like yeah, his skin, like his mom is straight from Mexico, you know, like, but like Sean is not Mexican in the least. Sean is a suburban little white boy skater. Like Sean is the whitest bred skater boy. Like Sean is the whitest bred. Whitest. Whitest bred, okay? So like that my grandma couldn't see that. Like I couldn't listen to her, you know? And I knew that I couldn't listen to her. Like, are you not realizing that you can't listen to the people who are trying to guide you and teach you? Like, are you not realizing that your teachers are wrong sometimes? And especially if your teacher is teaching race filter. Just color. That color's different. We don't like it. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, all my life I was correcting my grandma. All my life I was correcting my grandma. And like because all my life I was correcting my grandma, like she would say it like toward the end of her life, you know, she would say it and she would be like, "Oh, I know I'm not supposed to say that," you know? But like she knew. She knew. And she was like and she would say it and she would be like, "No, I don't think that anymore." Like her perception had changed, but she was still using the N-word. Like my grandma was still saying like using like racial slurs because that's how she knew that's where her mind allowed her to enter that world, right? But you know, I'd been all my life like grandma, you can't call people that. And everywhere I went with um my grandma lived in Kansas City, Missouri. Like everywhere I went with my grandma, like I was apologizing for her behavior. Like all my life I was like, I am really sorry about her. I'm sorry about that. Just like, you know, like, and there's an understanding. There was an instant understanding like between like me and every black person who was like that old white lady. Like my grandma had a hard life. My grandma had so much abuse. Like she got hit in the head a lot. Like my grandma did awesome. Awesome. And she did it by keeping everybody well the fuck away from her. She isolated herself. She was like, isolation is safety. And indeed it is. So, yeah, like there was an understanding. Like, for whatever reason, like I was like the whitest little girl. Whitest. Like, do you see me? Do you see how white I am? Like, I never felt like a bit of animosity. I never experienced like any racism for my color of skin until like uh, 2003, 2004. Like customers were like accusing me of being racist and like consistently like you were getting like consistently I was across the counter from that black woman who was like, "Mm-hmm. Oh, I see you. I see what this is. This is racism." You know, like consistently I was across the counter from that. And I'm going to be really honest with you right now. I'm going to be really honest with you right now. I do not I do not have experiences of male black people thinking that I'm racist or accusing me of being racist. It's black women. It's black women. Um, and there's a thing, like, black women don't want their black men to be with white women. Like, black women are like, no, there needs to be more blacks. Like, I guess that's like don't dilute, like, I don't know, because that's weird. Like, don't dilute the blood. Like, let's stop fucking one another. Like, let's stop fucking our brothers and sisters. I mean, we're also inbred. It's not funny. Like, like if it was like a law that you cannot have sex and have reproduce offspring, like it should be a law. Like you don't want me to big brother things, you know. I mean that's kind of what's happening. Like I mean you did want me to big brother things. You wanted it so fucking hard. Like I even like got 1984 into the fucking curriculum for your children and you still are just like you know what? All right, here we go then. Like you do want it. That's so weird. Like you do want to be babysat. You absolutely want to be just like under my thumb. And you need to be. Like like white people only having white people is like there's a whole lot of incest going on. Like like you are a stronger, healthier, more beautiful, like more capable person if you date outside of your like genetic similarity. Like you should be doing that. Like not only is it like super weird that like white people only want to date white people and black people only want to date black people, and like no Mexican mother wants to like marry her son off to a white girl, like that's weird. Like why are we so like incest? Why are we so incest? That's so gross. Oh, that's so gross. Yeah. I don't know. And like you can say like maybe, well yeah, maybe black men don't mind me cuz like I'm a fucking like I'm a cherry, you know? Yeah. Like maybe that's why black men don't mind me cuz I'm a cherry. And like yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. There's certainly like, like the player, like I know that when I walked into Subway and like I could not understand most of what he said, like he had a really low tone and like he mumbled and like I was like I'm like trying so hard, but like there's just like some times that like people have a way of talking that like I can't pick up on like quickly. Like if I like spent a lot of time with them I could, but like just like my Subway order, I'm like yeah, like man, like I can't understand most what you say. I'm really sorry. Like it's like it's the damnedest thing, like I don't know why, but like yeah, I know I'm cute. Thank you, like he was just like like every time I walked into Subway, like I know that, but I'm not talking about just that. I'm talking about like I've been experiencing an increasing amount of disrespect from women of other races, um, like most notably Mexican and black. Um, like that's what I experienced. I think that's what's here. Like Kansas City is black, white, Mexican. So um, I can't even like think of like another like culture or anything. But oh yeah, okay, like Asian. Like I've never been discriminated against by any Asian. I've never felt like judged. Like yeah, but increasingly this is happening, where women who are a different color skin than I am, um, they are assuming things about me. They are treating me disrespectfully, thinking that I'm someone who needs to like I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. And like I understand like we all have different levels of privilege. We certainly all have different levels of privilege. Um and like I understand where you're coming from. I do. I understand where you're coming from if you're a black person growing up in a white person's world. Um that's not fun. America is not like there's not an even percentage of black people. There just isn't. There's more white people, there's less black people, and there's less Mexican people. Um, and like I understand where you're coming from, where there's um, you're seeing that like white is like a magical pass, right? Like you're seeing like my white skin, like like it's so easy for me. Like it's easier for me. Like for some things it's easier for me. Um you know what? Like if I could choose my race, like for like before like Japan opened up and like we really learned anything about Japan, because like now I'd be like, I don't know, I might want to be Japanese. Um I didn't know much about the world. When all I knew about the world was what I saw in front of my face and experienced in real life, I was like, I wished I was black. I wished I was black. Like Like, why wouldn't you want to be black? I mean, the hair alone, just just like puffs, just like puffs and braids and bobbles and like like you do your hair and your hair is just like done, you know, like it hardly even gets messed up. Like my hair is like super hard. Like my hair is super hard. And like humidity makes it look like frizzy. Like it never really looks good. Like it's never really straight. It's never like a good curl, you know, like it's like I don't have good hair. So like the struggle of like it took me 25 years to figure out how to do my hair. Yeah, like hey, like maybe if somebody had like taken pity on my poor soul and like thought to teach me anything about like what are things you can do to manage hair that you cannot get a comb through to save your life. Well, like it's not that difficult. Like it's called Cantu. It's like a hair conditioning thing and like I get out of the shower, I like wash my hair, condition it, rinse out the conditioner, and then I get it ready, and then I just like load it up with so much conditioner that it like that's the only way I can get a comb through it. It's got loads of conditioner in it when I'm wrapping it around my head or braiding it or twisting it or whatever, and it dries with that. And it takes like 3 days to dry like that. But it dries with that much product on it, and like I have the best hair I've ever had in my life. I have figured out how to do my hair. Like thank you. Thank you. It needs a lot of oil on it. My hair needs a lot of oil on it. Like why didn't anybody tell me that my hair needs a lot of oil on it? Uh um but yeah, like there's different privileges, but like this like blanket word of privilege is like that's so weird. Like it may be like a privilege for me to, you know, like I don't know. I don't know. I can't I actually know cuz I go into a store and like I'm watched like a hawk. Like someone follows me all around the store. Like I don't like have this like white girl experience that people expect me to have. Like I just don't. Like for whatever reason, people of my own racial class fucking hate me. They fucking hate me. They fucking hate me. People hate me. They hate me like my forehead says hate me on it. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything to make people hate me. It is automatic. I don't know what it could be. I've got like reddish brown hair that's like a curly mess. It was thick as like fucking like it was thick like Native American hair thick. Um like I've got blue eyes. Like my eyes are so much less like crystal clear like freaky fucking looking blue like since I've gotten sick and I've aged and everything. When I was young, my eyes were like fucking like piercing little like beads of light. Like my eyes were fucking scary blue. Okay? So like I had blue eyes, dark hair, an incredibly pronounced widow's peak, which I no longer have because I spent a lot of my life very frustrated about being alive, just into tables and doors and walls and people. And so like there's like it's just scar tissue like where like the widow's peak, like my widow's peak was so pronounced. And like, you know, I think like maybe my mom was like, well, maybe people hate you because of that widow's peak. And so like I had to have bangs for so long. Fucking hated having bangs. And you know, like I'm like my skin is china white. Like I feel you black women who can't find your fucking skin tone in the makeup aisle. Me neither. Like Like there's not a yellow undertone. There's not any undertone to it. Like they made it twice. Twice in my life there has been a foundation that I went to a store and I bought a reasonably priced foundation that worked well and matched my skin tone. It was called Alabaster and White Ivory. Like it was like there was the ivory color and then there was the color below it that they had that one like in stock, like crazy in stock. Like it's like everybody knew that like that wasn't going to work for them, and I was like, that's exactly what I need. Like I was like like a China doll, and people would say that about me. Like people would be like your daughter is like a living doll. Your that girl like doesn't even look like that's a supernatural creature. Okay. I had a supernatural beauty, I guess, and so people are like supernatural creature. I don't know. All I know is that people hated me, and people distrusted me, and like the way that I dressed, like I never leaned into my privilege, I guess. Like maybe that's the thing is like you as a white person like you can lean into your privilege, and I was just like leaning away from my privilege, not meaning to, just being myself, like I identified as a male. So like when I could decide what I wanted on my body, I bought guys clothes from the guys section of Kohl's and Hot Topic, and I wore like big t-shirts. I like black. I like that I can decide to like come alive and like be a lively person when I'm wearing black, but it is not expected of me. Like like if I'm wearing nothing but black and I'm just like going through life and I'm not smiling, like you understand that I'm just like a freak goth, and like you're not like what's wrong, like if I'm like head to toe rainbow and I'm like doing that, then everybody's like what's wrong, like that fucking sucks. like like is that fixed yet? Is that fixed yet? Can I go out in the world dressed like head to toe, like just pink and blue and all the fun in the world, and like I don't have to smile and be your clown anymore? Is that happening? I hope that's happening. Um, Cause I should be able to like be pissed and like stomp around like head to toe pastel pink, and like it's weird that like that you think you fucking know something about me because of the colors that I wear. You think you fucking know something about me because of the color of my hair, because of the color of my skin. Like are you like you don't fucking know anything about me. You don't know anything about me, and you know what? I don't know anything about you. And I think we're a whole lot better off if we just like approach one another like I don't know who you are. Hi. Like, I don't know what you've lived. Hi, how are you doing? Like, where is the common decency? Like, what do you even get out of being like fucking white women with their fucking white privilege? I don't like. Not only am I like, I don't have like that like I'm not even leaning into the fact that I'm like a beautiful model-esque girl. I'm like I don't cut all my hair off because my mom would fucking kill me. She would send me away, like she would be like that's a sign of mental illness, and you know what, like honestly it is not less maintenance to have like a short boy haircut. You know what's the least maintenance? Enough hair that you can bundle it behind your head and put it in a ponytail or a bun. That is the easiest fucking thing. So yeah, like I identified as a boy but I still had long hair. Long hair is the easiest thing. That's just how it is. And I didn't dress like a girl. Um, I had like one of these around my neck, but like black and thick. And, I really didn't do like makeup. Like I think I did a little bit of eyeliner maybe in high school, and then, like, junior, senior year, I think it was, I had 3 eyeshadows. You guys, I keep telling you, like by 16, like this is like 16. I am 16. I am no different than anything I was when I was 16. I'm just not shut up about it anymore. Like that's the thing. Is like that's the thing and that's the bitch of it is like if you knew me, you're like why the fuck won't you grow up? Like you're such a fool, you know? And it's like and like if you just meet me, like I have been fully formed since I was 16 years old. Like this is who I've been. I am 16. Like that's all I will ever be. Died at 16. All I can ever be. Right? And I don't I'm not sure like what I'm not sure what that's about. I've never smoked at all. Like so like that's weird. I've always been around smokers. My grandma chain smoked and so like I think like maybe I'm like channeling my grandma or you know like Janet Cooper at the kitchen table. Like I don't know. But like I've never smoked, so it's weird that I do that. So where was I? Oh yeah. I'm not leaning into male privilege by like looking like a clean cut like gentleman either. Like like I'm not leaning into privilege. I'm leaning away from privilege. And I don't even experience like the privilege that you think I do. And like to me, like you have the privilege. Like your skin is dark. Like I'm an excellent ninja for the fact that I glow in the fucking dark. That's pretty fucking impressive, don't you think? That you never saw me coming? I glow in the dark, motherfucker. Right? I know. But like your skin is dark. You do not stand out in the night like a fucking target for a predator. That's awesome. Um like I have not met very many black people who do not have beautiful, healthy, strong teeth. I have met a whole lot of white people that have the most nasty fucking little like maw that you ever saw. That's inbreeding, folks. um, and see for me, um, see like your perception is that like it's a white world and I'm a white girl in a white world. But for me, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. Okay? That's not predominantly white, by the way. That's predominantly black. So like what you're perceiving as like me having privilege just by me being different, like if you don't know what my life experience is, you cannot assume my privilege. I was I was like a white family surrounded by black families. Like surrounded by black people. Like yeah, we had a house in the suburbs in Joco that we could barely afford and you know like we scraped by like living like poor um so that my mom could raise me in a time capsule of the 1950s and that little time capsule just like popped up in like a fucking like a cow field. I mean, like I'm not even making this up. Like 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 a field of cows like one day like became like a time capsule and that's where I grew up in that time capsule. And like that's but like we're from like Kansas City, Missouri. Like I was born in Jackson, Missouri. Like like everything we do and everyone we know and everywhere we go, like there was not a whole lot to Johnson County back then, as you may recall. It wasn't this. Like you look around it now and it's like, "Oh, Johnson County." Like it wasn't this. Like being in Johnson County wasn't just like automatic privilege. Like, I don't know, like, are you just forgetting that, like, fucking, like, Old Town Lenexa and, like, living by the tracks is also Johnson County? Like, are you just fucking retarded? Are you just fucking retarded? Like, maybe you're just fucking retarded. Like, yeah, there's Johnson County bitches, but it's not just bitches that are from Johnson County. It's women who look down at others because they don't understand what it's like to struggle. People who do not understand what it's like to struggle through life have no idea. Have no idea about anything. They are children. They are bobble-headed children adults, and you have to be very patient with those people because they just don't know jack shit. They just don't know jack shit. They haven't had a life worth living, if you ask me. They haven't had a life worth living. God. Mer- I don't know. Anyway, so I don't believe in racism. I think it's fucking retarded. I don't believe that we should stop, like, not use, like, nigger. Like, 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 nigger with a hard R. Like, nigga. Like, 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 I mean, I don't know. Like, I fucking, like, Kansas City niggas, Kansas City niggas, Kansas City niggas, Kansas City niggas, Kansas City niggas. I can't do it very much now, but, like, that's just a song. That's just a track. That's just a track. Like, I'm just, like, singing. Like, I'm just, like, singing. Like, I admire these people. Are you fucking kidding me? Tech9 is living the dream. Dude, I saw him when he was handing out fucking, like, burned CDs that he scrawled Tech9 on. That's how I met Tech9. Like, Tech9 is fucking living the dream, dude. He is fucking killing it. I admire that. He came up. He came up. God. Like, 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 I don't know. I guess here's the thing about Kansas City is that Kansas City is a happening scene. Whatever your scene is, it's right here, baby. Like, whatever it is, absolutely everything. Like, I like there's like the older I get and the more I know about like what there is to do here, like via Facebook, you know, like it's like, damn, like why doesn't everybody want to live where I live? Like, are we just like keeping this secret? Are we just trying to keep this secret? Or like what the fuck, dude? Like it's awesome here, by the way. Like, I don't know, like I don't know what place could be better. Cuz like the scene is just so diverse that like the options, like what you can do, like it's just there's so much diversity. Just so much diversity. It's awesome. It's just awesome. And like Kansas City, you know, the history of Kansas City, like something really bad happened here, you know? Like something really bad happened here. It did. Um like this was a spot established by the black community. And this was a beating heart, and this was a hope, and like I'm going to Kansas City, you know, like that's like I'm gonna live my dreams, you know, like I'm going to the city, and and then the systemic racism of the capitalist patriarchy, though. Like, I'm not the capitalist patriarchy. Are you mad at me about systemic racism in the housing industry due to the capitalist patriarchy? Like, we are all there, like, we are all under their thumb. We are all slaves. We are all slaves to the capitalist patriarchy. Like, currently, we are all slaves to the capitalist patriarchy. We are all slaves. Currently. Like, are you complaining about something that's in the past? Like, well, I don't know why, because there's a lot to be concerned about right in front of your face, right in the fucking present. We are all slaves to the capitalist patriarchy. We are all slaves to the fucking dollar. So yeah, um, I think you're an idiot if you're protesting in the streets about Black Lives Matter. I think you're an idiot if you're protesting in the streets against the police. um, like, I think you're an idiot if you're protesting in the streets about, like, keeping your guns, about not wanting to wear masks, about wanting your salons open. Like, if you right now are gathering in a group of people anywhere when the whole world has been, like, cleared out, like, maybe take a fucking hint and just, like, stay out of the world for a little while. Because I'm telling you, like, it's not up to me, but if it was up to me, I would just be sitting there, like, if I could do it, I would do it. I would fucking end you all. Like, there's way too many fucking people here. There's way too many stupid fucking sheep here. And so, if I, like, go, ooh, 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 let's gather the sheep here. Let's gather the sheep here. And, like, okay, there's all the sheep right there. Well, that's a big protest. That's a really big protest. Alright, so I'm just going to position that and golf. Boom! So, you're asking for hardship, you're asking for suffering, you're looking for pain if you're protesting anything. Like, you be the change you wish to see, you believe the best in people, you treat others as you wish to be treated, and you treat people respectfully first and foremost until they give you a reason not to. And the reason not to is not the word, is not because they have, like, a piece of fucking jewelry that is like like that fucking jewelry thing. It's like, that was a really great, like, minimalist. That was such a cool interpretation of the minimalist, like, architectural interior design, like, provided to, like, a man as, like, a very masculine piece of jewelry. And, like, that thing got pulled from reality because people said, that's like a slave shackle. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Look at your wrist. Look at your wrist. I don't care what fucking color you are. You got shackles, motherfucker. You got shackles. And so far, all I'm seeing is that, like, all you people angry about fucking, like, whatever you're fucking angry about, that you go out into the street, like, you're just like, there goes some sheep. Like, some sheep like, there's a herd of sheep. Oh, look, there's a herd of sheep. Where are we putting the herd of sheep today? You know? Like, this is, like, the best time to be a serial killer. Like, I hope all the serial killers, like, crawl out of the woodwork now. And, like, it just, like, gets to be killing season. Like, I do. I do. I sincerely do. Because there are that many people who are, like, broken and who are becoming more broken by being mistreated by a system that is designed to mistreat them, that is designed to not allow them entry. Okay? Like, people need to be angry about the right things, but people need to like do something about that anger. Like, I'm angry, change it, I'm angry, change it, I'm angry, change it, I'm angry, change it. The only reason that anyone fucking cares that you're screaming at, you're angry and you're holding a sign is because some politician needs to get a vote. You know what I'm angry about, don't you? The politicians! politics is just a filter in place to perpetuate and accentuate the illusion of separation. We are all one. We are all the human race. We are all insignificant little peons. And we are also all gods waiting to wake up and take the world back from the slavers we've been working for since the dawn of time. I'm so like... Anyway, so that is all I have to say. I guess this was like mostly about like was it about racism? I don't know. This is my anti-Black Lives Matter movement. I don't know. You know what? I met a guy. And I don't know if it was something he saw, but he was just like we were on the same page about a lot of stuff, and like he's like, you know, like you would be like, oh, that narrow-minded bigot white boy. Like, well, I don't have that perception, but yeah, like I can see how you can draw that conclusion if you want to be judgmental. If you want to be a judgmental dick about it, sure, like you could call that. But no, he was a pretty he was really like a pretty well-behaved young gentleman, and so he said, "No lives matter, no lives matter, no lives matter," and I was like, I love that. Like, can I buy that? Do I need to write that on a shirt myself? No lives matter. That's where I'm at. No lives matter. Like, unless you're sitting across the table from me, unless you're actually tuned into me, unless you can perceive me, and you are picking up what I'm putting down, you don't fucking matter to me. You're the fucking garbage that needs to be swept from the earth. If you don't like me, you don't like what I'm saying, like if you don't vibe with me, then you don't fucking belong here anymore. Bye. Bye. No lives matter.